Black Ops 2 was finally back, the impossible platinum was alive again, and there was absolutely no chance I was letting this one escape. For years, one dead league play trophy had made the entire platinum completely unobtainable. But with the PlayStation 5 release, that trophy was replaced. All 51 trophies could finally be earned again, and one of the best Call of Duty games ever made was officially back on the menu. The only problem was that this trophy list basically wanted everything. The campaign had to be beaten on veteran, and all 160 mission challenges had to be completed. Zombies wanted the TranZit Easter egg, and multiplayer wanted an entire prestige. So this was not going to be a quick nostalgia run where I played 3 missions, remember the good old days, and went home. This was a full journey through every single part of Black Ops 2, and I started by throwing myself straight into the campaign on veteran. My plan for the very first run of the campaign was simple: no guides, no intel videos, and no pausing every mission to check 10 different challenges or trophies. I wanted to play the story properly, enjoy the campaign like a normal person, and finish veteran first. Then the future me could deal with the horrible cleanup afterwards. That future version of me eventually hated this decision, but at the time it felt completely reasonable. Start the campaign. This was the trophy that was unobtainable as well, so fuck yeah. So for the very first mission, we joined Savimbi and his UNITA forces in the middle of a massive battle against the MPLA. The opening is immediately a full-scaled war. On veteran, this mission wasted zero time because enemies could kill me pretty much instantly. Explosives were landing everywhere, and I was still adjusting how carefully I should have actually played. But even after all that, this is still one of the most iconic missions in Call of Duty history, and in my opinion the best first mission in any Call of Duty campaign. So after pushing through the battlefield, Hudson located the barge where Woods was being held. We attacked it from the air, fought across the deck, and found Woods inside of a shipping container. He had been tortured, starved, and left surrounded by the men who had been captured with him. All of them were dead besides Woods. Because of course, it immediately shows what Menendez was capable of before we had even met him. So, the rescue is only half of the mission, though. We fight off some gunboats, shoot down a helicopter, of course, with a conveniently placed RPG right beside it, and crash near a village where we're still trying to get Woods out alive. So the next part of this mission is pretty much us just sneaking around in the worst way possible, but we eventually reach a radio hut and finally come face to face with the man himself, Raul Menendez. We overpowered him actually, but Menendez uses a grenade to escape and brings the building down around them. I have no idea how the fuck this man survived. From there, we are forced back towards the river while an entire army is closing in. Savimbi returns at the last moment and gets everyone to safety. Woods was alive, but Menendez had unfortunately escaped. That one failed capture would affect Mason, Woods, and David for the rest of their lives.
Come. Me, next to your old man. Put it on the line for me. For honor, friendship. Yeah. He's just like you, kid.
No man left behind. Rescue Woods. Just getting started. Complete one challenge on any level. So we keep going with the story. We jump into the next mission called Solarium, as the story moves forward to the year 2025, where we play as David Mason, also known as Section. So, Section, Harper, Salazar, and Crosby are sent into the mountains of Myanmar, I think that's how you say it, to investigate a facility connected to Menendez and recover a technology called Solarium. The team climbs the mountain and uses wingsuits to reach the base, immediately showing how different the future missions are, because instead of horses and old weapons, we now have optical camouflage, drones, robotic enemies, and heavily automated facilities. May I say, I prefer every single fucking future mission than the past missions. That's why we did Black Ops 2 first instead of Black Ops 1. After fighting through the outside though, and entering the underground laboratories, we find Dr. Eric Bragner? I think that's how I say it, trapped inside of a container. So, shortly after finding him, of course, we have to defend the area once again, because that's how campaign works. After defending that, he explains that Solarium is the foundation for technology capable of breaking through systems that should be impossible to hack.
Menendez uses a Solarium worm to initiate an attack. There will be nothing anyone can do to stop it. I couldn't stop it.
So the boy Eric is killed before he can tell us everything, but Section escapes with the Solarium device. This is the first real look at Menendez's future plan. He's no longer only a cartel leader, he has spent decades building a global movement and gaining access to technology that could turn the world's most powerful military systems against their owners. It's pretty much Russia, America, and China. Finishing Solarium gave me 2 trophies at the exact same time. One was Gunnout for completing this level with a customized loadout, and Gathering Storm for investigating the jungle facility, which was pretty much just complete this mission. Gathering Storm, investigate the jungle facility. Complete the level with customized loadout. The next mission returns to 1986 and takes Mason, Woods and Hudson into Afghanistan. They meet some Chinese guy and travel to a nearby base because some other guy claims he has information connecting Menendez to the Soviet Union. Before he gives them anything, the base comes under a full Soviet attack. Of course, Mason Woods ride across the valley on a horseback, defending different positions, destroying tanks and fighting helicopters. It is one of the most memorable missions inside the campaign, and on Veteran every open section is dangerous because there's almost pretty much nowhere to hide. After surviving the attack, we discover that Kravchenko is leading the Soviet forces. Mason captures him and the interrogation brings the numbers back. Kravchenko is directly connected to Mason's brainwashing from the first Black Ops, so the moment Mason sees him, the old programming begins taking control. The number covers the screen and Reznov's voice returns, and the player can either resist or shoot him. If Mason resists shooting him, Kravchenko reveals that Menendez has people inside of the CIA. Wood still kills him though, but he remembers that warning later down in Panama. But the thing is, this is also a missable trophy, which we'll get later down the line. Then Raheem, the guy that had all the information, betrays us. After Mason, Woods and Hudson had just defended his entire base, he reveals that he is working with Menendez this entire time and leaves them in the desert to die. The mission ends with Mason believing Reznov guided them to safety, even though Reznov has been dead for years. Mason still has not fully escaped what was done to him. Completing Old Wounds though unlocks us the next trophy named Shifting Sands.
Need to explain some shit?
So I then needed a little break from the campaign since, well, I have been playing a lot of campaign and my friends actually are finally online, which led us directly into the multiplayer, which give us the trophy Welcome to the Club for reaching level 10. Other than that, nothing really special happened. It was enjoyable, it was fun, and I actually really am glad that this is on PlayStation 5. So the very next day we went back to the campaign and starting the first strike mission named FOB Spectre. These missions let you command soldiers, drones and claws from a tactical view, but on Veteran the AI could pretty much fall apart instantly, so there was no reason for me to do this. I defended the base pretty much alone, stopped the MP and unlocked Defender, which is the next trophy. It was also the only strike mission I completed during this entire playthrough. After that experience, I left the remaining 4 for the challenge grind, which we'll do in Recruit later down the line, but it was still painful, either way. So the next mission, called Time and Fate, finally showed us why Menendez's war against Woods became so personal. The mission begins with Menendez's perspective in Nicaragua, where his sister Josefina is caught in the middle of the CIA raid. After Noriega's men attack him, Menendez breaks free and tears through the village trying to reach her. The game then rewinds and shows the same operation from Mason and Woods' side as they fight to the cartel compound to capture him. Woods has no interest in taking Menendez alive because of what the stuff he did to him in Angola. So when he sees him holding Hudson, he throws a grenade down the hallway. Mason tries to stop him, the grenade is knocked into Josefina's room and the explosion kills her. That one moment creates the Menendez we deal with for the rest of the game. Woods wanted revenge for Angola and instead he gave Menendez a new reason to spend the next 30 years destroying every single person close to him. Finishing the mission unlocks us Driven by Rage. I will later return here for the Man of the People, but during the Veteran I was focused on surviving Menendez's rampage and moving on. So the next mission, called Fallen Angel, is back in the year 2025. Section and Harper followed Menendez to a flooded city. The mission starts with us avoiding drones and using claws to move throughout the city before secretly recording Menendez's meeting. He already knew we were there, so the operation turned into full escape through the streets, which was cool. I like the car missions, I like the plane missions, I like all of that. So during the final driving section, I avoided the fire that can burn Harper and unlocked the trophy Hey Good Looking. Less than a minute later, completing the mission gave me the trophy named Waterlog. So, on to the next mission named Karma. The next lead took us to Colossus, a huge floating resort where the 1% live, where Menendez was searching for something called Karma. We didn't know yet what it was, but after infiltrating the server, we discovered Karma was actually Chloe Lynch, one of the only people capable of stopping the Solarium attack. But the Falco, which is Menendez's right-hand man, reached her first, starting a chase throughout the nightclub. On my Veteran, he did escape with Chloe, and because I was letting my choice to play out naturally, I did not rewind the mission. So at the end of the mission, what happens in Colossus did pop, which is the trophy for completing this mission. What happens in Colossus stays in Colossus. So the next mission is called Suffer With Me, and this is actually where the entire story comes together. Woods and Mason enter Panama to capture Manuel Noriega, fight through the entire city to escort him to an exchange point. Woods is then told, though, that a hooded prisoner in the distance is Menendez, and this is one of the most memorable pieces that I still had in my mind, and he is ordered to take the shot, but when he reaches the body and removes the hood, he discovers that he just shot Alex Mason. Menendez had used Noriega and Hudson to set up everything. Hudson admits he cooperated because David's life was being threatened, and Menendez then kills him, shoots Woods in both legs, and forced the young David to watch everything. This was never only about killing Woods, though. Menendez wanted him to live with the same loss he felt after Josefina died, and he wanted David to carry that pain into the future. The mission also hides one of the biggest choices in the campaign. A headshot kills Mason, while shooting him in the leg allows him to survive. So I had no guide open, so my first ending was based entirely on the shot I had taken, which unfortunately was a headshot. So, at the end of the mission, Old Fashioned and False Prophet popped together for completing the 4 past missions on Veteran and capturing Noriega.
There's nothing you could have done, Frank. It wasn't your fault.
So for the next mission, named Achilles' Veil, the story returned to 2025 with Farid undercover inside Cordes Dia. Now Farid is an undercover agent working for America, and Cordes Dia is his terrorist group. I think I said that right. Menendez does expose him at the end of the mission and forces him to prove his loyalty by shooting Harper. You can either choose to shoot Harper or Menendez, but in this version I did decide to shoot Harper. First of all, because I knew if you shot Menendez, he wouldn't have died anyway, so I was like, fuck it. So I shot Harper, keeping Farid alive and his cover intact. Section does then attack the area and captured Menendez, although it was obvious he wanted to be taken. I mean, look at him. He's chilling inside of a jet. But completing the mission unlocked the trophy deep cover. So, straight after capturing Menendez, he was brought aboard the USS Barack Obama. I'm not even joking, that's the name. And almost immediately, the entire carrier was attacked from within, because apparently they didn't see that this man just wanted to get captured. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But he escaped interrogation, and Salazar actually revealed himself as the mole, and the consequences of the earlier choices started hitting all at once. Since the Falco had escaped with Chloe back in the other mission, and Farid was still alive, the two confronted each other aboard the ship. That gave me the trophy showdown during the mission. Menendez then reached Admiral Briggs, took control of the entire carrier and uploaded the Solarium virus into the American drone fleet. Whether Chloe, Briggs and the ship survive depends on the choices made across several earlier missions and strike force operations. My first route was far from the perfect ending. That was exactly why I wanted to play this blind. I got to see the results of my decisions before returning later to the trophy route. Menendez escaped, and finishing Odysseus unlocked us the trophy sinking star. So now on to the second last mission, named Cordes Dia. With the drone fleet under Menendez's control, he launches an attack on LA, while Section escorted the president to safety. Pretty much that is the entire mission. All I gotta do is protect the president to safety. So the mission is pure chaos on the ground, but the roughest part of the entire veteran campaign, or the entire veteran mission, my bad, was controlling the jet and defending the corner from the air. After learning the sequence and finally keeping the president alive, I got the trophy late for the prom, my bad. So the last mission is called Judgment Day. The final mission sent Section and his teammates into the Menendez facility in Haiti. So he fought to the base, reached the control center, and discovered that Menendez planned to destroy the drone fleet that he took from the United States before calling Cordes Dia into open revolt across the world. Section chased him to the collapsing facility until both of them actually fell into the ruins below. After spanning the whole campaign one step behind him, David finally had Menendez directly in front of him and had to choose whether to kill or capture. The moment I made that choice, I got yet another trophy, and the ending then played out using the very decision I had made during my natural veteran run. A minute later, I got the trophy Black Ops 2 Master for completing the campaign on veteran. The first playthrough was done, but the campaign grind was absolutely nowhere near finished.
Murder me for Cordes Dia.
Dead or alive, jailer or execution. Of course I'm gonna shoot. Fuck. Death from above. Stop Menendez once and for all.
Is triggered to play upon my assassination. Cordes Dia, you know how to proceed. My death will shine light upon ubiquitous darkness.
Black Ops 2 must complete the campaign on veteran difficulty. Woo! So, next came easily the worst part of this entire campaign. All 160 mission challenges. Every single one of the 11 story missions and 5 Strike Force missions has 10. And because I had ignored every single guide on Veteran, I also needed to collect 33 pieces of intel during these entire replays. Some challenges were simple weapon kills, others required specific equipment, hidden rounds, vehicle objectives, or actions that lasted pretty much only a few seconds. Most missions did need several runs, but there were a few that, hey, it took me fucking hours, okay? But you'll see. The story missions became really fucking repetitive. The Strike Force missions were the fucking pain, because I still had to do all of them, since I only had I literally completed one mission, so I had 0 challenges on all of them done, pretty much. And those challenges are easy as fuck, until you have to control AI that doesn't fucking work, okay? There were attempts where I knew exactly what to do and still watch a unit ignore the objective or die because I could not switch to it. Plant! I'm fucking pissed. What the fuck? But mission by mission, the list finally disappeared. I collected every intel piece, reached the required scores, and completed all 160 challenges. But before I get to the trophy, here are some fucking dumb shit that I had to do. 7? What the fuck? Dive to prone on an enemy grenade and survive. I did not get all of them. I think. I did. Complete all challenges in a level. Oh, thank God I got all of them. Woo. I have 3 9s, holy fuck. But it's good to finally get a full. Jesus. Yeah, they just did the exact same. They're just waiting. Why? If I tell you to push, why don't you guys push the point? Oh, this is shit. Oh, this is shit, man. That wasn't too bad. There it is. Desert Storm.
Move to extraction site.
Art of War successfully assassinate STC chairman. I forgot to record, but I just did one of the fucking things. What are the Strike Forces? Wait, no. That's the second intel. No! Oh, there it is. 10k minimum score. 10k in every mission. Perfect. Why the fuck could I do that yesterday? Holy fuck! So that's 32 out of 51. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's check out all the other trophies, okay? Holy shit! Thank God! So after doing all the challenges, I went ahead and did the story rewind, where I pretty much just went back to the story, and you can change the choices that you done in the previous run. So here I did all the correct choices to get every single trophy that I missed. Nothing really too special, but here you go. There it is, man of the people! Stop the brutality by the PDF. Nice! So yep, there it is. Ship reinforcements on the way. Good karma, crack the Solarium worm. So, with the campaign finish, we went ahead and went into the multiplayer section, where, to be honest, there's only 3 trophies. I'm kind of sad about that, but none of them are really that hard. So you have to win 10 multiplayer games while playing in a combat training playlist, which is pretty much you play with, I think, 3 bots in your team, 3 bots on the enemy team, and the rest are real people. Really fucking easy lobbies, but you only get half of the XP, so it's not really worth it. It's pretty much a waste of time to play that mode. And it was horrible to play, because, well, you had to win. You didn't only have to play, you had to win. So, yeah. And then you had to play multiplayer games while win multiplayer games, while playing party games playlist. This was fun with friends. I played a little bit of everything, so yeah, that was fun. And the last trophy that we're gonna get is the prestige. So pretty much you have the prestige ones. We kept it till the end though, so that's gonna be our last trophy that we're gonna add over the entire game. So yeah. Yes, trained up. Win 10 multiplayer games while playing in combat training playlist. Fuck off. Thank God. Woo! I was dick twisted. I don't know, trophy, party animal. Fuck this, Sultan. So with the campaign finished and only 3 multiplayer trophies in the entire list, the final proper section of this platinum was about zombies. And luckily for me, I've been playing zombies for basically my entire life, so none of these trophies really looked that especially difficult. Before starting TranZit though, I first loaded into Buried, as you can see in the background gameplay, and farmed a large amount of points to store inside the bank. Buried is easily one of the safest maps for building money, and because the bank carries across the green round maps, I could withdraw those points later in TranZit and immediately start working on the trophies without wasting time and building everything from nothing. Once I had enough saves, I started a solo TranZit game and attempted to unlock as many trophies as possible in a single run. And it actually went extremely well. First trophy was Happy Hour, which required me to buy 2 different perks before turning on the power. Because I had already all those points stored inside the bank, I withdrew the money, bought the last perk, and get the trophy on the first run. The thing is, if you do the solo, quick revive is free for the 500 points. So yeah, that's a little hack. Next was Undead Man's Party Boss. For this, I needed to find the ladder, roof hatch, and front part of the boss. I don't know what the fuck that's called. Then attach all those upgrades to the boss during one single match. Travel around the map, collected every part, and completed the fully upgraded boss. But while I was doing that, I was actually going for a trophy called Don't Fire Until You See, which required me to open every single door on the map without me being set on fire. Considering TranZit has lava covering what feels like half the fucking map, I had to be extremely careful while moving between every single step, to be honest. But after opening up the final door without touching any fire, the trophy unlocked. So that was actually pretty good. It took me a few runs to get this one, to be honest. It took me, I think, 2 or 3 runs. But again, while that, I was doing other trophies, so I didn't really mind it that much. A few minutes later, I did earn the trophy I Don't Think They Exist. For this one, I need to kill a denizen while it was attached to my head. I entered the fog, allowed one to jump onto me, and well, killed it. That's it. Nothing really hard. Next trophy was Standards Equipment May Vary, which required me to acquire 4 different buildable items in one match. There was the Turbine, Zombie Shield, Automated Turret, and Electric Trap. And to be honest here, I did not know we had an Automated Turret and an Electric Trap. Both of them needing the fucking Turbine. This is getting out of pocket. This has been traveling around almost, I think it was only until the tower, finding all different parts and building each item one after another, but yeah. But you have to pick them up, if not, you don't get the trophy. So yeah, if you're going for this, don't forget about that, yeah? Next was Fuel Efficient, for using an alternative method of transportation. By placing a turbine next to one of the streetlights that grow, a denizen could create a portal underneath it. I entered the portal, teleport across the map, and boom, unlocked the trophy. Not really that hard. And for the final trophy from this solo run was the Lights of Their Eyes. I need to hit at least 10 enemy zombies with the EMP. Well, the hardest thing was pretty much just getting the EMP. The rest was pretty easy. Just throw an EMP down near 10 zombies and you'll get them. Easy. So, that means I have earned 7 trophies in a single evening, which is pretty good. So, I only needed 3 more zombie trophies. One of them is You Have No Power Over Me, Tower of Babble, and Dance on My Grave. For these, I finally brought in 3 of my friends because I actually needed them for the Tower of Babble Easter egg. That's the only reason I didn't do everything solo, and I just got the rest of the trophies during our Easter egg run, so that's not too. A huge shout out to all my friends for helping with these final trophies, because organizing 4 people was genuinely harder than the Easter egg itself. I'm not even joking, we have lives, everyone works, okay, so, I mean, not all of my friends work, but, what? Yeah, you know who the fuck you are. So, first was You Have No Power Over Me, which required us to defeat the Avogadro without him attacking me, which really wasn't that hard. We turned on the power, waited for him to spawn, and then pretty much just threw an EMP while I stayed far enough away to avoid getting hit for the trophy. Yeah. Next was the biggest trophy in the list, which was Tower of Babble for completing the TranZit Easter egg. But honestly, the Easter egg itself was really easy. I've played zombies basically my entire life, and the steps were no fucking problem at all. The hardest part was getting 3 of my friends at the exact same time as I thought. So yeah, once we managed that, we completed the Easter egg with not too much trouble and activated the tower. Okay, und schmeißt. Ja, Mann! So the next trophy was Dance on My Grave, which pretty much just made me die while having Tombstone, and then went ahead and grabbed the Tombstone, which gave me the last zombie trophy that I needed. There you go. And trophy. Dance on My Grave. Okay. So only 1 more trophy remained. I needed to reach Prestige 1 to get the trophy Welcome to the Penthouse. But the thing is, I already had everything prepared, so I just went into multiplayer Prestige, and that's why I also got the Platinum Trophy. Prestige mode, learn more, enter Prestige, Welcome to the Penthouse, and Platinum. Order when all other trophies have been unlocked. Fucking hell, this was... Oh, new master reach as well. And that was my Black Ops 2 Platinum journey. It was a grind, but honestly getting to experience this game again made it completely worth it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!